Last week, Raila Odinga was almost eliminated by William Ruto supporters in Elgeyo Marakwet and in Uasin Gishu. And the deputy president has actually condemned that act. President Uhuru Kenyatta has also condemned that act. And in his own statement, Raila Odinga blamed two people. The member of parliament for Soi constituency, Honorable Caleb Kositany, and Jackson Mandago, the governor for Uasin Gishu. And many Kenyans have also condemned that act. But one man, Kipchumba Murkomen, has never condemned that act. In fact, Kipchumba Murkomen has been issuing statements. And yesterday, this is what Kipchumba Murkomen posted on his Facebook page, which is going to form the basis of our analysis. Because you remember, Kipchumba Murkomen is one of the beneficiaries of Raila Odinga's generosity. Kipchumba Murkomen has always narrated how Raila Odinga gave him the opportunity, how Raila Odinga helped him secure a job, and even funded his campaigns when he first contested. Now, this is what Kipchumba Murkomen posted. You know, Raila Odinga had shared that statement on his official Facebook pages. Then this is what Kipchumba Murkomen posted. He shared that Raila Odinga's post and captioned it. My friend Raila Odinga, Kenyans are still waiting for you to condemn the same incidents meted on our DP William Ruto and the team in Kibra, Kondele, Kenol, Embakasi East, etc. Please compare them also to 1992. I don't know what happened in 1992 and 2007 violence. You must be a statesman and bipartisan in condemning violence. You see, Raila Odinga was almost eliminated. And if my memory is right, when William Ruto was attacked in Kondele, of which personally I still believe it was organized, Raila Odinga issued a statement condemning the same. I don't understand why it's difficult for Kipchumba Murkomen to also just do the same. But that's not important. Kipchumba Murkomen is then yesterday coming up with a statement which caught my attention. This is what Kipchumba Murkomen is saying. Actually, before I read for you what Kipchumba Murkomen is saying, he was actually responding to President Uhuru Kenyatta. The president yesterday attended a church service in Nairobi. And after that church service, the president addressed two issues. The first issue the president addressed was the provocation and insults which was directed at him when William Ruto and his team visited Gatundu South. The president was like, these guys came to my backyard right at the door of my gate and insulted me, and they think that by insulting people, they'll get votes. So that was his first statement. And then the president then came to the stoning of Raila Odinga. And according to President Uhuru Kenyatta, he was asking people whether that was right. And what would have happened if Raila Odinga's chopper had been stoned, or maybe Raila Odinga was hit by a stone. And he said that was like igniting fire. Now that's what Kipchumba Murkomen was responding to. Now let me take you to what Kipchumba Murkomen is saying. Kipchumba Murkomen is saying, when the Ruto team was attacked in Kibra, President Uhuru said it's okay for politicians to be stoned. When DP was attacked in Kenol and Embakasi, he was silent. When DP was stoned in Kondele, he ordered police to blame it on campaign money. Remember, there were issues that in Kondele, what happened was that there were fights between the youths. Yeah. Then he's saying the president is either, now this is what caught my attention, that the president is either coordinating attacks on the DP. You know, President Kenyatta is the president of the Republic of Kenya. When you accuse the president of coordinating attacks against his own deputy president, what are you trying to say? Or cheering it? That's according to Kipchumba Murkomen. And is explaining, that explains why security has been withdrawn countless times from DP's function and security teams led by county commissioners, county police commandants, and their deputies being asked to keep off. Of course, In most cases, William Ruto's events, the security and the provincial administration, initially what used to happen was that William Ruto was using the provincial administration to mobilize for his team. And when they fell out with President Uhuru Kenyatta, that stopped. So the chiefs, the assistant chiefs were no longer being used to mobilize crowd for him. So they were instructed not. In most cases also, when the DP started falling out with the DP, the president and the William Ruto's allies were attacking the president said, okay, you can attack me, but I'm not providing security. I'm only providing the deputy president with the security which he requires. Not like before. So you're saying that police commandants, their deputies, have being asked to keep off. Never forget the unresolved Lamada issue. Very interesting. Very interesting. And it's also continuing. The president is up to something fishy, but he won't succeed. So according to Kipchumba Murkomen, President Uhuru Kenyatta is actually up to something, which is very interesting. So he's now going further to say, just like King Saul worked so hard to block the accession of King David, so is Kenyatta. And just like God protected King David, he will do so for DP. No amount of state-sponsored violence and intimidation will stop God's divine will. So basically, just like the team, William Ruto's team, own God, so they are now comparing William Ruto to David. I don't want to get further into that. But because in politics nothing happens out of mere coincidence, there is a reason why Kipchumba Murkomen is stating whatever he has stated. Kipchumba Murkomen is not your ordinary politician. Kipchumba Murkomen is a close ally of President Uhuru Kenyatta. He is the legal advisor to the deputy president. And that's the fact. So which means immediately this thing took place, because the first incident actually took place in Elgeyo Marakwet. The deputy president must have called him to seek for his advice and how to approach it legally. And the fact that it happened in his constituency means that his statements were actually meant to achieve certain objectives. Before you go into those, if you're watching the channel for the first time, please just take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support. I want to be very brief. Why do you think Kipchumba Murkomen made these statements? Number one, Kipchumba Murkomen is keen on trying to justify the attacks on Raila Odinga. He's justifying this by saying that the deputy president had also been attacked before. The truth of the matter is that Kenya should not slide. That's one thing we must pray for. And we must also not allow our politicians. We must never allow our politicians to take advantage of us. The truth of the matter is that in this country we have security apparatus, in which case they are always used for political reasons also. Raila Odinga has been in the opposition for a long time. He understands what all this means. But trying to justify whatever happened to Raila Odinga, I don't think it's right, because, we are talking of a chopper here. Any slight hit on that propeller would have meant that chopper coming down. And just like Uhuru Kenyatta, that would have caused fire. I've seen William Ruto's allies saying that, okay, even if Raila Odinga was hit, even if he died, nothing would have happened. That's irresponsible. And that's why sometimes I tell people that, for me, based on the way Kalenjin leaders are operating without power, I don't know how they will operate if they had the power. And therefore, Kenya should not allow Ruto to become president. That's always in my take. I always say that the way William Ruto's key allies from the larger Mount Kenya, the larger Rift Valley are behaving without power, I can't imagine how they will behave if they had that power. So they are now justifying these incidents. A friend of mine on this channel also told me, because I saw him hosting Kipchumba Murkomen, also told me that the whole thing was planned to shift the attention of the country from BBI ruling, which could be true. I'm not ruling out that possibility. But Raila Odinga at his age, yeah, when Raila Odinga was still young, he would do some of these games. But at his age, I don't think he would go to the extent of accepting to be hit by a stone, accepting his chopper, the propeller of his chopper, to be hit by a stone to risk their own life. So justifying these incidences, in my view, was not the right thing for someone like Kipchumba Murkomen, because he's the face of William Ruto. But he wanted to justify those attacks. Number two, in my view, he also wanted to shift the blame to President Uhuru Kenyatta. Even me, I would blame President Uhuru Kenyatta because the government is his. He must have had the intelligence. He should have advised Raila Odinga not to even attend that funeral. But I also have been told that Raila Odinga was initially meant to attend the funeral in the morning, but he could not because of the intelligence. So he thought that the best time is to attend the funeral after everyone else had left. Unknown to him, there are people who had planned to attack him. So Kipchumba Murkomen is basically trying to shift the blame to President Uhuru Kenyatta's government. Number three is about sympathy. But sympathy you can only win when you are also sympathetic. You can't win sympathy, or you can't seek sympathy for William Ruto by justifying something this thing cannot be justified. The member of parliament for Soi is on record that this incident was actually organized and that they know the people who organized. The government of Kenya has actually arrested people and they have their records, phone records, talking to certain leaders and even the M-Pesa transactions just to organize this event. So for me, that's a good starting point. So if Caleb Kositany has the names of the people who organized this event, then that name should help us know what really happened here. And lastly, I think it's about cheap publicity. That's what Kipchumba Murkomen is seeking for. You know, Oscar Sudi, and personally, there's a way I respect Oscar Sudi so much. There are two leaders I respect from Rift Valley. Sometimes they go off board, but Oscar Sudi and Mandago, those are very reasonable leaders. They're very reasonable. Oscar Sudi apologized because, of course, he is a very close friend to Raila Odinga. He has apologized publicly. He made calls privately, but he has still been summoned. Caleb Kositany has been summoned to write statement. I think they recorded their statement yesterday. So Kipchumba Murkomen is also seeking for that opportunity where he can also be invited to go and record a statement and use that for political expediency. I don't think that will happen. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. Thank you guys, and please, may you have a good day. Bye-bye.